Are you afraid of fats? If so, you're not alone. Fat in foods has been vilified in America for the past few decades, as low-fat and non-fat foods became the norm, and we were told that cutting even healthy fats out of the diet would help us get the body we want. In fact, it's one of the biggest nutrition lies that the public's been told throughout history. In other parts of the world, fat has always been welcome at the table. In the US, though, we're only now realizing the truth: not all fats are created equally. Our bodies need fat, more specifically, they need healthy fats. And as high-fat diets like the ketogenic diet continue to gain widespread popularity, more and more people are eager to know what fats qualify as healthy. So what counts as fat? What's the difference between saturated and unsaturated fats, and how can you be sure you're getting enough healthy fats in your diet? Keep reading for a list of healthy fats and why you may want to add them to your diet. What are healthy fats? Fats are an important part of the diet, but not all fats have the same effects on health. While good fats can actually lower cholesterol levels, boost brain function and support satiety, filling up on unhealthy fats can contribute to chronic disease and weight gain. A good rule of thumb is to steer clear of highly processed fats that are pumped full of additives and unhealthy ingredients. Refined vegetable oils, processed meats and snack foods like chips, crackers and baked goods are generally high in disease-causing, artery-clogging trans fats that should be avoided at all costs. Conversely, the key for finding healthy fats to eat is to look for ingredients that are unprocessed and naturally high in fats. Avocados, full-fat dairy, olive oil and fatty fish are just a few foods with healthy fats that can help benefit your health. How did fat get a bad rap? Truth about fats. So how did fats get on the naughty list to begin with? Post-World War II, research began emerging that seemed to link foods with saturated fats, like eggs and red meat, to coronary heart disease. By the 1960s, the American Heart Association had recommended that people reduce their fat intake, and in 1976, the US Senate held a series of committee meetings on the topic. Subsequent food guidelines advocated for eating less saturated fat and more carbohydrates, triggering a war on fat. While the guidelines called for more carbs in the form of fruits, vegetables and whole grains, what the average American understood was that carbs, any kind of carbs, were good, even refined carbohydrates, and all fat was bad. The food industry pounced and high-carb, low-fat foods became the norm. Grocery store shelves and refrigerators were soon lined with low and no-fat items that were packed with sugar to help enhance the flavor. Not coincidentally, both a sugar addiction as well as an obesity epidemic in America began soon after low-fat diets became the standard recommendation. The problem? None of the studies actually linked high-fat diets to heart disease. In fact, numerous studies have since debunked the myth, showing that dietary saturated fat is not associated with an increased risk of coronary heart disease or cardiovascular disease. 1. Plus, subsequent studies have also found that picking the right types of fat and adding plenty of high-fat foods to your diet could actually bring some big benefits to your health. One study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that when subjects ate either a Mediterranean diet, low-fat diet or low-carb diet, those following a high-fat, low-carb meal plan not only lost the most weight but also drastically reduced their bad cholesterol levels.